Hello students, welcome to my class. In today's class, we will continue with the chapter Complex Numbers of class 11. We were doing miscellaneous exercise and we have completed 15 questions. Today we will see 16th question. Question number 16. If x plus iy the whole cube is equal to u plus ib, then show that u by x plus v by y is equal to 4 into x square minus y square. So in this question, this condition is given. So we will start with the given condition and we will expand the left side using a plus b the whole cube identity. So we will start with the given condition x plus iy the whole cube is equal to u plus ib. So left side we are going to expand using a plus b the whole cube formula. So x cube plus 3x square into iy plus 3x into iy the whole square plus iy the whole power 3 is equal to u plus ib. Now we will simplify this. So x cube plus 3x square yi, and the third term here I square y square. What is the value of I square? Minus 1. So this term will become minus 3xy square. Then the last term is I cube into y cube. What is the value of I cube? Minus I. So we will write minus I y cube is equal to u plus ib. Now we will group the real part and the imaginary part in the left side. So x cube and these two are the real part. So we will group together. So x cube minus 3xy square, and then imaginary part. These two terms are imaginary part. From this we will take I common. So plus I into 3x square y minus y cube is equal to u plus ib. Now if you see, we have got a complex number in the left side and right side also we have a complex number. So two complex numbers are equal. So when two complex numbers are equal, we can equate the real part and the imaginary part. Here the right side, the real part of the complex number is u. So we can equate u is equal to, here the real part is this expression, that is x cube minus 3xy square. Now from these two terms we can take x common. So you will get x square minus 3y square. So this is the value of u, but in the question you see here u by x, we need a u by x. So what we will do, we will divide the equation throughout by x. So we can write u by x is equal to x into x square minus 3y square divided by x. So what will happen, these x term will get cancelled. So you will get u by x is equal to x square minus 3y square. So this is the first equation. Similarly, we will equate the imaginary part. So here the imaginary part is v. So we can write v is equal to, here it is 3x square y minus y cube. 3x square y minus y cube. From these two terms we can take y common. So we can write y into 3x square minus y square. Now you see here we need actually v by y. So we will divide the equation throughout by y. So v by y is equal to y into 3x square minus y square divided by y. So this y term will get cancelled and we will get v by y is equal to 3x square minus y square. So this is the second equation. Now what we are going to do, we are going to add these two equations. Equation 1 and 2 we are going to add. So 1 plus 2, equation 1 plus 2 gives, left side we will add. Here the left side is to u by x. So u by x plus, here it is v by y. So u by x plus v by y is equal to this expression. Right side expression we will write x square minus 3y square plus 3x square minus y square. Now we will add x square terms. When you add you will get 4x square, and similarly y square terms also we can add. So you will get 4y square. From these two we can take 4 common. So you will get x square minus y square value. 4 4 into x square minus y square. So this is what we have to prove. Now we will see the next question. Question number 17. If alpha and beta are different complex numbers with modulus of beta is equal to 1, then find modulus of beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta. So here in this question it is given that alpha and beta are two complex number with the condition modulus of beta is equal to 1. Modulus value of beta is equal to 1. Then we have to find the value of this expression. So we will simplify this expression. So modulus of beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta is equal to, here in this expression inside the modulus value, in the place of 1 we are going to write beta into beta bar. So how we can write beta into beta bar? Because we have already learned a formula, z into z bar is equal to mod z the whole square. This formula we have already learned. So using this formula we can write beta into beta bar is equal to mod beta the whole square. But what is the value of modulus of beta? 1. So we can write 1 square which is equal to 1. So beta into beta bar is equal to 1. So we can replace this 1 using beta into beta bar. So modulus of beta minus alpha by, in the place of 1 I am going to write beta into beta bar minus alpha bar into beta. Now what we can do, in the denominator beta is common. So we will take beta outside. So alpha minus beta by beta into beta bar minus alpha bar modulus. Now we will take modulus value separately for both numerator and denominator. So we can write modulus of beta minus alpha. Here modulus of beta into beta bar minus alpha bar. And you know that what is the property of modulus? Is modulus of z1 into z2 equal to modulus of z1 into modulus of z2. So denominator we can split like this. Okay, so modulus of beta minus alpha by modulus of beta into modulus of beta bar minus alpha bar. We can write like this. Now how we are going to simplify? Again we are going to use the property z1 bar minus z2 bar equal to z1 minus z2 the whole bar. This property we are going to use here. So we have modulus of beta minus alpha in the numerator divided by mod beta into, here in the place of beta bar minus alpha bar we can write modulus of beta minus alpha the whole bar. Now you see this beta minus alpha modulus and modulus of beta minus alpha the conjugate, both the values are equal because mod z and modulus of z bar are same. So we can cancel these two terms. Okay, so what you will get, 1 by modulus of beta. What is mod beta value? 1. So 1 by 1 is equal to 1. So the value of this expression is 1. Now we will see the next question. Question number 18. Find the number of non-zero integral solutions of the equation modulus of 1 minus I the whole power x is equal to 2 power x. So here we have an equation. We have to find the solution of this equation. Then you have to find how many non-zero solutions are there for this equation. So what do you mean by solution? The value of x. Here the variable is x. So the values of x you have to find, and you have to find the values of x, how many non-zero values are there. That is the question. So first we will solve this. So modulus of 1 minus I the whole power x is equal to 2 power x. First we will find out the modulus of 1 minus I. So what is the formula? Root of a square plus b square. So here a is 1, b is minus 1. So root of 1 square plus minus 1 the whole square, the whole power x is equal to 2 power x. Now we will simplify this. So root 2 the whole power x is equal to 2 power x. And how will you write root 2? root 2 we can write as 2 power 1 by 2. The whole power x is equal to 2 power x. So here we will use the laws of exponent property, laws of exponent, that is a power m the whole power n is equal to a power mn is equal to 2 power x. Now if you see, we got exponential notation in both left side and right side, and if you see, the base number is same. Since the base is same, we can equate the power. So here the power is 1 by 2x and here the power is x. So we can write 1 by 2x is equal to x. Now we will cross multiply. So x is equal to 2x. This x also we will bring to the right side. So 2x minus x is equal to 0. So we will get x is equal to 0. See, so we got here only one value for x, that is 0. So is there any non-zero solutions are there for this equation? No. So we can write the final answer as there is no non-zero integral solutions of the given equation. So there is no non-zero solutions for the given equation. Clear? Now we will move on to the next question. Question number 19. If a plus ib into c plus id into e plus if into g plus ih is equal to a plus ib, then show that a square plus b square into c square plus d square into e square plus f square into g square plus h square is equal to capital A square plus b square. So here we will start with the given condition. So this condition is given. So we will start with the given condition. So a plus ib into c plus id into e plus if into g plus ih is equal to capital A plus ib. Now you see here in the answer we need a square plus b square. I is not there in the answer. So we will take modulus on either side. Okay. So taking modulus on both sides. So here modulus of a plus ib into c plus id into e plus if into g plus ih is equal to modulus of a plus ib. Now what we have to do, so here we can take separate modulus separately for each complex number, because we know the property of modulus. Modulus of z1 into z2 equal to modulus of z1 into modulus of z2. We can take separate modulus for each complex number. So we will write modulus of a plus ib into modulus of c plus id into modulus of e plus if into modulus of g plus ih is equal to modulus of a plus ib. Now we will write the modulus. What is the modulus of a plus ib? Root of a square plus b square. Here it is root of c square plus d square, and it is e square plus f square here. Root of g square plus h square is equal to a square plus b square. Root of a square plus b square. Now if you see here in the answer we don't have square root. Okay. So what we have to do to remove the square root? Squaring on both the sides. So squaring on both sides. So here when you square this, square both the sides, what you will get? A square plus b square into c square plus d square into e square plus f square into g square plus h square is equal to a square plus b square. So this is the answer we have to prove. Now the next question. So question number 20. If 1 plus I by 1 minus I the whole power m is equal to 1, then find the least positive integral value of m. So here in this question, this condition is given. We have to find the value of m. So we will start with this, that is 1 plus I by 1 minus I the whole power m is equal to 1. So first we will simplify the complex number inside the bracket. So how will you simplify? We will multiply both numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So what is the conjugate of the denominator? 1 plus I. So we will simplify now. Numerator we can use a plus b the whole square identity. So 1 square plus 2i plus I square divided by denominator. It is of the form a minus b into a plus b. So we can write I square 1 square minus I square. The whole power m is equal to 1. Now what is the value of I square? Minus 1. So this term and this term will get cancelled. So you will get 2i by denominator is 1 minus minus 1. So denominator you will get as 2. So 2i by 2. So here denominator when you simplify 1 square that is 1 minus I square value is minus 1. So when you simplify these two you will get denominator 2. So the whole power m is equal to 1. Now this 2 and 2 we can cancel. So what you got? I power m is equal to 1. Now can you tell me for which value of m I power is 1? So we have already learned I power m equal to 0 for m is equal to, for all multiples of 4 this I power m value will be 1. So out of these multiples of 4 which is the least positive integer 4, so the value of m is equal to 4. So this is what we have to find. We have to find the least positive integral value of m. So the answer is 4. Today we have completed complex number chapter. In my next video we will learn a new chapter. If you like my channel you can share and subscribe. Your subscription my motivation. Thank you students.